to what I just hinted at, great CEOs of great businesses think like investors, not like managers or like traditional CEOs. And how they view it is they don't view it as I have to lead people and I have to do all this stuff. They think, what is the best return on investment that I will get for my capital within the business? So every personnel decision, every campaign, every strategy, it's all thinking like an investor so that it produces a long-term return on investment. And I'd gotten hints of that from Alex's content and just from the last year being around businesses and stuff like that. But that mindset was really helpful for me, is like, how do we think about allocating our capital in the right direction so that it goes out, produces a return for the business, and comes back and makes everything more valuable? That was really helpful. And that was the first thing that taught us, because that laid the foundation for the rest of the talk and the rest of the 2-day workshop, because the rest of the workshop was really about like, how do you value a business and how do you make a business more valuable to your employees, to you, to the world around it? And how do you just make something that can serve a lot more people in a scalable way, which I think we all can learn from, right? And I love that think like an investor mindset for nonprofits and for churches, because ultimately we have to, like, we will hinder our own progress if we outspend our resources and we don't have more coming in to keep scaling and growing. When I think about my time at Life Church or any of the other organizations that I've worked with, I think some of the best organizations in the Christian ecosystem are the best at stewardship, because they steward the resources that they're given. And then just like the parable of the talents would teach, they figure out how to go out and get a 5-10x reward on this thing or a 2x reward on this thing. I just thought that was a really good insight. Insight number one is great CEOs and great business leaders and great executive directors, Clancy, they think like investors. So that was one thing. Next, so the second thing was, how do you grow your company? And the way that you grow your company is by taking the time and attention of the founder and focusing it solely on the constraint of the organization. So the thing that is stopping you from growing deserves 100% of your like extra available time, energy, work on the business time. And any time that you spend not focusing on the one constraint of your organization, the more time you're wasting. So that was just a really helpful way of seeing that. And so how do you identify the constraint would be the next question. And how they worked through it is usually you have a supply constraint or you have a demand constraint. And Alex had a 6-level framework that he taught through. I'm going to butcher it. But like first, do you just have a more issue where like your advertising is working, but you're only doing a little bit of it? So do you just need to do more advertising? And do you need to invest more time, more energy, more resources into the advertising channel that's actually working for your company? So it might be a model issue. Where are we bringing in customers and actually losing money on each customer? Or are we bringing in donors and actually losing money on each donor? Or do we have something in our systems that are broken and not scaling as we go up and serve more people?